have you ever wondered about how a high converting sales funnel is built from scratch? Because I know I've posted a few times showing people, some of the work that I'm doing right now. And I know if I was in that position, I want to know, okay, well, how is he doing it? Is it effective? Can it work for me? So today I'm going to kind of like pull back the curtain and, just show you a little bit of the process that I go through when I'm building out these sales funnels or these web pages for people, and just kind of give you an idea on what I go through, on my thought process, and also some of the legwork that I have to go through to produce a result. So right now you can see this is a blank page, right? It starts with a blank page, and so what I want to show you is how we go from a blank page to something like this. So this is this page right here. So every single section had to be put in here. Every single section, element, row had to be placed in here. The text had to be put in here. Like I had to come up with text, right? How do you figure out what you're gonna put where? What's this section gonna say? What am I trying to communicate? How do I communicate it? How do you figure all this stuff out? Because it definitely is a skill, and it definitely takes time to learn. And here's the thing, it can't be just pretty. It has to be able to convert, which means it has to be able to speak to the intended audience, and that requires a different set of skills. So again, how do we go from here, which was a demo page, right, to a full blown out web page? And this is how it looks. Now that I'm done, I'll just show you how it looks because it's going to be live anyway. So this is how it looks now. Fully fleshed out life insurance page for my client. And so I want to just kind of give you some pointers on, or some insight on to what I do. So the first thing I do when a client comes to me and we have the conversation, we have the meeting, and they decide they're going to go with my service, is I do what's called the research and planning phase. So I dive deep into understanding the client's business. I learn who their target audience is and what their goals are, and then I start from there. So this research phase is critical because it lays the foundation for the entire funnel or web page that I'm building. So without the research and development in our planning phase, I wouldn't be able to get from here to here, right? So the next stage is wireframing. Excuse me. So I create wireframes to outline the structure and like the flow of the funnel or the web page, and this helps visualize the user journey, the person who will actually be on that website or in that sales funnel, and it ensures that every element is strategically placed. And what a wireframe is, as I go back to this one, these are wireframes, right? So before any kind of content was placed in these blocks, in these frames, they're just frames. Add a section, right? So like right here, this is a section. So I'll add a blank section. Then I add a column. Well, in this case, I added 1, 2, 3. I added a 3 rows. So let's go back. So first you add a section, then you add a row. I want to do 3. And so now we have 3 different rows. So when you look at this, you'll see 1, 2, 3. Actually, there's 4 rows in this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go back out of here. And so I added 4 rows right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so this is literally, and then I just lay out the rest, right? And go all the way down, laying out different wireframes. So, how do I actually come up with the wireframes that I'm going to come up with? Well, I look at the top businesses in that client's particular industry, and I see what are they already doing, what's working. So you don't actually have to create from scratch. And so I look at as many as I can look at, and then just draw inspiration from them, see what I like, see what's working, see how I would want to take what's working with them and incorporate that into my clients' business or into their particular development. And that way I know already, okay, I know that if I add, you know, like an email and a phone number and maybe some social buttons up there, that's working, right? People are coming to that page, they're liking it, they're clicking on these buttons, they have access to the client's information quickly. That's working. When I see that that's a trend on those companies' websites, I want that on mine. So and so that's pretty much the process. So you have to do all the research, and then you have to build out the wireframes all the way down the page. So I'm gonna give you an example like this image right here. I saw an example of this image on one of the pages. I'm like, you know what? I like that. How can I create that? So for something like that, let me go to. So for something like that, I go to Canva, which is a free software, but I have the paid version. You pay $12 a month. You have access to more tools. So like I go to Canva, and where did I create that? I want it right here. So I created that in Canva. So basically what I did was, these are two different frames, one frame, two frame. This is a box, and I put some a gradient on there. This is another box. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. So let me give you an example right quick. So let's go to frame. So did I use the rounded corner? Yeah, so I used the rounded corner. So basically, you stretch the frame out to how you want it to be. Is this the rounded? Yeah, that's the rounded. So I put it at the very top, about right here. Put it to the end, about right here. Then I took another frame, same one, but this time I came down like this. Like I came over, something like that. Okay, this was higher up. So these are just frames, y'all. Then I took a box. Frame, I took a box right here. Then I came right here, made it smaller. So this isn't exactly how I have this one up here, because I'm going through it fast just for the sake of this video, but like this is longer. This is a bit more down. Right here, a little bit further. So something like this. So then come down about like this, right? Something like that, yep. A little bit closer. Then I come with another box, and I place that in this corner because it's just too plain right here. See how all that empty space? About right here, and then you know you can put it whatever color you need to put it right here. You can go to the color picker and whatever color you want it, but then you send it to the back. So there you go, and then you add an image. So the image will be based on whatever. So say like for this section right here, I'm introducing them to what this page is all about, right? And how it benefits them. So I need an image that can speak to that that concept. And so you just search for different images, you know, like family, right? You go to photos and then you find an image that you think works best. Like for this image, I put that image here. You just drag it into here and then bam, there it is. And for this image, so I don't have to look for it all again. Oh look, right here. Boom. There you go. And so now I have, so this right here is this right here. you know, but there's a lot of thought that goes into how you're going to do it, how you're going to lay out what looks best. So again, you can find inspiration on other sites that are working, and then you can take and add your own, you know, twist to it, and now you have something unique for your site, but something that also is aligned with what's working right now. So that's just a little bit of insight. And then I actually designed the whole site. Of course, you know, we go into the design, lay out the frames. So it literally is just building blocks, you know, the wireframes, and then I start just building everything out, right? Adding the content. So so these boxes right here, I created in Canva as well. I think I did it in here. So let's see, it takes a while, I got a slow connection. So yeah, so I started out with these, right, making these, and so this is another one of those boxes I showed y'all. See, it's just another one of those boxes I showed y'all. And then for this one, I curved it, and just see how it's all curved. But I don't want you to see the curve on this end. I only want you to see the curve on the left side. So I brought it in, so I put it behind this box so that you only see this, right? So, but if you come down, and this is where I created this. So this is basically did I group them? Yeah. So it's 1, 2, 3 different circles plus the image. So if I take it apart, 1, 2, the gradient that I applied to this, the circle was this color at first. I applied the gradient that has the client's colors, and then boom, that's how I came up with this. Then I put it all together. Let's bring that back, put it all together. Then I exported it out without a background, and that was that. So each one of those pictures you see here, those content boxes, that's right here. Add an image. Well, I added an icon. This is another box. You know, size it up how you want it to go. This is a box. And these are text boxes. You put your content there, and then you add an image and export that. So this is literally how I build out these things block by block. So as you can see, there's a lot of work that goes into this. And then you still have to make sure the copy is right. And then you have to do what's called the last stage is testing and optimization. You have to test everything rigorously, from A/B testing, testing different elements to ensure that load times and mobile responsiveness is there, because a lot of people view things from mobile. So you have to make sure that the content that you're adding, be it the images or just a lot of a lot of copy, mostly the images though, you know, and any other kind of third-party apps or plugins or something you may have attached to your page, all of that adds into the loading time. And so for the user, the end user, they have to have a great experience. If it takes too long to load, they're dipping out. So you have to test all of this as well before it's released to the client. Everything has to be working. And so that's just a little bit of insight into how I go from here to here to the final product. Okay. So if you have any questions or something, or if you want me to make something for you, build out a website or a sales funnel, hit up my DM. I'm setting up a good process to where it'll be easier. You'll be able to go to the site and, you know, sign up there for a consultation, and we could talk about how I may or may not be a good fit for you, and we'll see what we can do from there. So I appreciate your time. Thank you.